created a local copy on my hard drive, so I had loads of local copies on my hard drive as well as the ones that are streamed. So I simply burnt them to a disk, you know, I backed them all up. But most of those are not on YouTube. I think there was one, actually, that was the one in 2016 where I was doing that bubbleator experiment, where I did the bubbleator thing. I explained in the previous live stream why I called it that, because of the magnetic field flipping backwards and forwards. So anyway, I did put that on this YouTube channel, but I was having a lot of thinking about this earlier, and I decided I didn't want to flood you all, drown you all in research and tests and things that I did, what, 5 or 6 years, maybe 7 years ago. I didn't want to barrage you with all the old stuff. I want to stay focused on a lot of the new stuff which I'm working on. I've got to 3D model a new device. Oh, let me go back to the old camera, because so the original that bubbleator I was talking about was basically in 2016, and this is the thing that you would see on the video, and in the video from a few years back, and some of these images are wrong, because when it says north at this side, north on this side, it's actually opposite. It's south and the north, or whatever, it altered anyway. So I had the idea that when I originally built this, I had some interesting effects. I had some very interesting results with it, because even though I didn't get much coupling and the output was very poor, it did circumvent the lens effect. The lens effect was snubbed by the concentrics, but the output of the coils, these had the coils, was extremely poor. But I did have some really interesting results. So I printed this out from some of my archives, which I have. So I wanted to explain a bit, because that's another version of it. Right, so I just thought I'd let you read some of the stuff on here. So as I say, some of this was done in September 2016, and this later became the solid state one, which I worked on, and I used these C6s, which I've shown you many times. I later went on to make the solid state version, which is these bars that go through are actually, this represent the steel bars and the polarization of the bars using the magnets. And so what I came to a conclusion about was that having these bars right front by the actuator is the solid one, but there's the one with the rotor, where the rotors are passing the ends of the assembly. What I need to do is feed that lens effect back to the central. Actually, we only have one of these concentrics. There's two on this one, but on the actual one I want to redesign, we're only using one of these concentrics in the middle, and then a coil on each side of it. So that way the equal opposite reaction, it just wants to feed back to a magnetic field basically. So instead of most of it going back to the rotor, it was snubbed by the magnets in the concentric, you see. So anyway, these are old drawings that I did back in 2016. So and this one was the split one which I was working on. This is the one with the rotor. I think that's the one with the rotor. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so I'm going to be remodeling some of this new idea I've got to work on that, because I came to a realization that it will work if I get the coupling and get the spacing right, so that we don't have great big gaps. So I thought I'd just show you that. This is where I had those steel laminations that I had laser cut, those things on the left hand side. Oh, it's upside down, isn't it? I've just realised. And those are the little steps circuit magnetic stainless steel things which were biased, and so yeah, this was the solid state one, because I had a secondary on each end, and I had an actuator which I was using, a circuit which I made, electronic circuit which oscillated at quite a high frequency, and I had interesting effects. It all showed some very positive results because it was in a very balanced state. However, it wasn't ideal, because I wanted it to be actuated by rotors, really, and that was more effective than actually actuating with an electric pulses. It's to do with all the frequency and everything. So we did get quite a bit of regenerative energy from this, but it was not efficient. It wasn't very efficient. This is what led me later on to build up to MEG, the motion, my motionless electromagnetic generator version, which is also on my YouTube channel. So that later led me on to doing that, but this was very similar in a way. So yeah, so as I say, if you want to go on, there's no content on my other YouTube channel. I've just really been setting it up bit by bit, really. I haven't spent a lot of time on it because I've been so busy with other things, but it's there as a backup mainly at the moment. There's a lot needs doing to it. You know, there's no content, no videos whatsoever, but you can use that QR code I showed you in this video to find it. And yeah, that's about it for now. It's just a quick update and about things. Anyway, I've got some old videos scheduled to go public in over the weekend and Monday and Tuesday, I think. Just some old stuff that I'd made private, which I'm going to make public, which it was only because at the time I didn't want to give away too much in case somebody stole it, but we're in desperate times now, and yeah, it doesn't really matter anyway. I mean, it's important stuff. Well, some of it's important. It depends on what you read into it. It gives a lot of intuition, guidance towards ideas and things like that, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, I'm waffling again. Alright, so anyway, I hope the QR code works. Let me know if it does in the comments, because I'm not sure if it will or not, because if it gets distorted, well, then you just have to go to the banner and click on, scan the banner on the home page. That'll just give you the link. Okay, bye for now.